Okay, welcome. We're looking at trigonometry again, but this time around we're looking at how to find or determine the specific solutions in a trig equation where you would have had to find the general solution of a trig equation. Let's go. First, by just looking at the equation itself or the question, you will notice that the values of x that you asked to refer to or you asked to look for a solution would either be below 0, that is they go to negative angles, or above 360. And if any one of those happens, then it means that you have to solve the equation and find a general solution and then go find the specific solutions. So this second part of the question is a hint immediately that, oh, I need to go find specific solutions for this equation. But if it was from 0 to 360, that's your first 4 quadrants. As you know, in a cast diagram, you just need to find the 2 quadrants where your trig function is positive or is negative, depending on the question. But this is a hint that you need to go beyond the 4 quadrants if you have to find specific solutions. So let's go. Obviously, find your reference angle. This one was ready for a calculator, 51.44 degrees. And then we write our general solution. Obviously, we're looking for the quadrants where sine is positive. We've got a positive ratio there of 0.782. And then the other solution is in the second quadrant, and there's our solution. Now, once you're done, you now need to play around with the value of k based on the interval that you've been given there for x, that from negative 360 to 360, we need to find solutions that fit this equation. So what we do then, we start with k is equal to 0, and then in each solution, and then go to k is equal to 1, and then go to k is equal to negative 1, go to k is equal to 2, and then go to k is equal to negative 2, until you found all the solutions that are in the interval that was given in the question. So here are my solutions, and if you look at these solutions, you will notice that those first two, that's when k is equal to 0. In our first solution there, if k is 0, that will end up giving us 51.44. In the second solution, if k is 0, we'll get 128.56. And the other two solutions, if k is negative 1, we would have immediately had negative 360 plus 51.44, and that gives us at negative 308.56. Same thing in the second solution. If k is negative 1, we would have immediately got negative 231.44 degrees. In the interval we're given, these are the only solutions that are valid. If you go k is equal to 1, you're going to end up with a value that is above 360, because it's 360 plus that value that is given, and that would take us beyond the interval that is given here. So we cannot then put that value as part of the solution. Even if you go to k is equal to 2 or k is equal to negative 2, those will take you beyond the interval. So these are the only solutions in the interval that was given. Here's another example, and look at this one. We're given that we need to look for x from negative 180 up to 360. So we solve our equation as we would normally do, divide both sides by negative 3, and then get your reference angle. Now, we know that we're dealing with quadrants where cos is negative, and then we go to 180 minus quadrant and the 180 plus quadrant, and then we find our solutions. But remember, our angle was 2x, okay, from the equation. So we now need to divide both sides by 2 so that we can get the correct solution. And that is our solution for the second quadrant. Let's go to the third quadrant of 180 plus. And there again, we're still using 2x as our angle, and there is what we get in that quadrant. And now we've got our two solutions. Now we can now go find the specific solutions by playing around with the value of k is equal to 0, k is equal to 1, k is equal to negative 1, and these are the solutions that come out of that. Those are coming from k is equal to 0, and those two are coming from k is equal to 1, and those two are coming from k is equal to negative 1. Any other values of k would give us values that are beyond the interval that was given, negative 180 to 360. Okay, pretty easy, straightforward. Just know how to solve your equations and you'll be fine.